yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No, go ahead.
Well, we need to also know about the how does this award can promote cities with historical heritage and legacies also.
Absolutely. You know, any discovery anywhere, it creates attention. Even if the people will not come for this specific discovery, it says Luxor, it says Egypt, it says Saqqara, it says Memphis. It always mentions the name of the country. So people are hungry for new things. Of course, they go to visit the normal visits that are actually occurring, but even if our daily business, I find requests today, they say, what is new? We want to see new things. So the discoveries is one of the things they will definitely see. And then, being the capital, it's because of chronological time. And I could say Memphis is the capital, but Thebes has always been, after the Hyksos invasion, the center of attraction for everybody.
Well, sir, in what ways did Luxor contributed in the sustainable tourism and also preserving its heritage?
In what? I didn't get the question.
In what ways did Luxor
Yes.
contributed in preserving the heritage and in the tourism sustainability?
You know, first of all, we are talking about the monuments. This is one thing whereby Luxor is maintaining its capabilities as attracting tourists all the time. Secondly, and this is new, is that Luxor, I mean, thanks to the European help, we are now trying to do things in Luxor which was not done before, like eating in a Luxor home, trying to see the way of life of the Egyptian. So, I mean, that's why Luxor is not just antiquities. It's antiquities, it's today, and to my view, it's tomorrow as well. Because we'll keep digging, we'll keep finding things, and Luxor will always be the capital. And you can name it. Which other city in the world can compete with Luxor?
Well, we can mention something else, but because always Luxor referred to as an open-air museum city, which is very unique and, of course, global-wise. I mean,
and very old, because you can always talk about Italy. They have places like in the north of Italy. You have very important places that are museums, but it's not as rich as Luxor, and it's not as old as Luxor. That's why, I mean, Luxor is very, very specific, special to the foreigners. And believe me, today we receive so many requests asking for Luxor. And Luxor, but Luxor, when I speak about Luxor, we have to talk about also the surrounding other temples around Luxor. Because it's not just Luxor, we have to think of greater Luxor, which is the north of Luxor and the south of Luxor. That's why the Nile cruises are very now attractive for foreign visitors.
and of course also the temples, the Karnak and many temples that referred and reflect the majesty of the pharaohs and of course the civilization and the history itself. It was a good point of attraction too.
And the continuity, because as you know, the temple of Karnak specifically was built over 2,000 years. It took 2,000 years because every king and every pharaoh has added something. Up to Nectanebo II, who was the last real Egyptian pharaoh. He added the first facade when you enter the temple of Karnak, and you see it. Luxor is basically Ramses II and Amenhotep III. But Karnak temple is different because it's really 2,000 years of history, of building, of intrigues, of everything you can think of was happening in Luxor. So I always think it is the capital of the world. And afterwards there may be other things beautiful, but none can compete with Luxor.
And of course, we can mention that the location of Luxor, when it comes to the Nile, as you mentioned, the Nile cruise, the Nile itself, the majesty of the Nile itself, and of course, this also aside with, or in addition of different temples, which is a great attraction for tourism all over the world.
Absolutely. And the cruise offers Luxor, it offers Esna, it offers Komombo, and it offers the best preserved temple in the world, which is Edfu. Edfu is true, it's a Greco-Roman site, but it's a beautiful temple. And Komombo, this is where the inscriptions show all the instruments the doctors were using for brain surgery, and the calendar of Egypt. I mean, all these temples, each one has something very peculiar and very interesting to see. And of course, Aswan, it has Kalabsha temple after the dam, and it has the tombs of the nobles. It has the Aga Khan mausoleum. So you see, it's not only in pharaonic time, but in modern time. Aga Khan is very recent. I mean, it's only a few decades ago. So Luxor, Aswan, Abu Simbel, we forgot. Abu Simbel is the majesty of Ramses II. This is where you see the two temples are magnificent, which has only, and Luxor also has the best preserved tomb in the world. That's the tomb of Nefertari. The colors, if you go in this tomb, it's as if they were painted yesterday. So there is so much to see. And I was always urge people to see Luxor, because this is the depth of Egypt.
Well, sir, of course, we are so proud to have such a city, and of course, we own a quarter of the antiquities of the world. But again, it's not just only Luxor. Or there's lots of cities in Egypt that kept preserving its heritage when it comes to antiquities or when it comes to heritage and culture. Well, Mr. Elhamy, that the tourism expert. Well, thank you, sir, so much for accompanying me over the phone, and that was very informative. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we came to the end of this episode. Promise we'll be back tomorrow with more diverse segments and interesting topics. Best regards from me, Shuru Bakir. Thank you for watching.